All right, we're going in today tonight. Manny is my special boa, my Nicaraguan boa. Manny is my oldest Nicaraguan boa. I only have one, but he's my oldest of my four boas. He gets a lot of privileges. Here's the snake closet. So I have all the snakes in here. And Manny gets to come out of his cage on occasion. I just will open his doors. He won't even be up, but he will get up and loves to get outside of the cage. And so it's a little darker in here, but here he is, and he has secret little spots that he likes to go to on the side of the cage or up there up top where I have some logs and rocks and things. And he'll go all over this room. And so he gets out of his cage and they really enjoy getting out. All of them do. So we're going to come in here. Maybe I can turn on this light. So there he is. He's really excited. He always loves to eat. About 11 or 12 days ago that I fed him. And you'll see he's very, very quick to notice when I bring in food. And he gets really excited. He will just strike out at anything. So I got to be really careful. He even considers me food when I bring food in. He is such a good eater. And he's got really long strikes, so I don't want to get struck. But we'll move this around. Manny loves to get out of his cage. Something that, just being in a cage and feeling restricted. I just think that they love the freedom. And I think my snakes know what freedom is. And they know that they get special time to get out. And I'm holding the rat up above him because he got to make sure he can't just get it really quickly. Oh, gosh, it scares me. Oh. Sorry about that. It's probably loud. He got it so fast he left a little part of the tail in my hand. But Manny really enjoys being out and having freedom to make his own choices. I think that's going to have a lot to do with Manny's health, or so far, his health has been since I've gotten him as a little baby that's about 14 inches long, and now he's almost 4 feet long, and hopefully 5 feet. Be a good sized Nicaraguan boa, which is a dwarf boa, so they don't get 7, 8, 9 feet, but they big ones can get maybe up to 6. But here's a little tail in my hand. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Just maybe put that down, let one of the smaller snakes eat. But he'll just constrict that and then eat that and then just probably go back down to the side of the cage where he loves to sit. They crawl all around. They get up here on top of the cage. They come up here to these bars and hang on the bars. When this light is on, it gets about 105 degrees, and sometimes they'll come sit on this light. And then they go up here and go over and mess around all around up there. They really get their exercise by climbing. This room is probably about 8.5 feet tall, so they can go all the way down there on the ground where my toes are. Go down there and mess around, and then come up to the next level. Leo's cage is right here, and I will just open his door, and when he wants to come out, he comes out, and we'll do what Manny does and hang around and wander all around and get a bunch of exercise. Oh, but that's not actually really cool. I'm at the Mac is such a strong snake. He squeezed the blood out of that rodent, so I'll have to clean that up. Hey there. Hey there, Manny. Gotta be careful. I don't want to get bit. But I'll come back in about 20 minutes and make sure everything's kosher and everything worked out, and he got the rat down, which he always does. And I'm soon leaving for 4 days. I don't usually have to leave for 4 days, but I'm leaving for 4 days, and so I'm going to constantly be worrying about my snakes and my tegus. But this is Manny's cage. And I crack his door, and then when he wants to go back in his cage, he actually goes back in his cage. When he's done cruising around in the room, he'll go back on his own into his hide here, his primary hide, or I have a secondary hide right back here that he goes into, and just interchange between this one and this one, even though the temperature is very similar in this room, between 86, 85 to 87 degrees is kind of where it bounces on my thermostat. Oh, he's making a mess. God, that rat got really bloody. I'm sorry. Blood's not a cool thing, especially for YouTube. But that. All right, just checking back in on Manny. It was only about 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, he did. He ate that and really, really quickly. Let's see. Sometimes it's hard to even see that rat go in them. I don't feed them really large prey. I think it's just a good thing, a good philosophy, good principle that you don't feed them large items. Just maybe a little bit bigger than the biggest part of his body, and that's what I tend to stick with. Just makes it easier where they can eat, and they don't struggle with that. And then digestion is very taxing, I understand, for snakes, and the digestion process takes a lot of their energy. And so a smaller item is easier to digest, and then you can maybe feed a little quicker, each time, smaller sizes, but feed more often. It's just a good thing. It works with humans. You don't eat as much, and you tend to not be as heavy. Or super large meals back to back, because then you put on a lot of extra weight. You eat lighter meals and smaller meals, and you feel better, and you can be more active. But that's the meal. He's getting pretty big around. Ooh, be careful. I'm not food. That's my hand, Manny. Do not strike my hand. Or the camera. But that's my video. Again, love my snakes and love my tegus. And look forward to more videos coming out in the future. And that's it. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Great night. So I went out and put the memory card in the computer to download the portion of the video that I just had made, and then I did that, and then I came back in here, and not more than a couple of minutes later when Manny was sitting right here, and he got back into his cage pretty quickly. His little head was sticking out there, so that's the way I knew he was in there. But if you poke and you look under there he is, all coiled up now and happy with his meal. But that's pretty interesting. That a snake knows, I'm not necessarily saying that he knows where his cage is, but he knows where his home comfortable spot is. And it just happens to be in a cage inside of a room, and he goes back into his cage on his own. Very, very interesting and very, very cool.